Hi, my friends. Welcome to Mindful Moments with Nicole. Today we're going to do some brain balancing. So grab a scarf and meet me on your mat. Boys and girls, our brains have a pretty important job, don't they? That's right. They're the boss of our bodies. We have a right side, and then we also have a left side. So it's like having two bosses. Our right side of the brain controls the left side of our body. And the left side of our brain controls the right side. It's crisscross, isn't it? So it's important that we get both sides of our brains to work together so that way we can do things, right? Like tie our shoes, put on socks. It helps us to read and write. It helps us to play sports, ride a bike. When our brain works together, it also helps us to manage our really big feelings. It helps us to use our words when we're feeling upset or when we just want to express our thoughts and ideas, right? So we can help challenge our brains so that way they work together to be a better boss. We can do that by crisscrossing our bodies, boys and girls. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a few activities that crisscross our body to make our brains a better boss. Let's start with a little bit of breathing to help get our brains ready. We're going to do a little crisscross with our breath today. So we're going to take our hands and we're going to actually close off one side of our nose. You might sound funny if you try to talk. When we do that, we're going to breathe in through the other side. Boys and girls, we're going to close off that side and open up our thumb. Breathe it out. Fantastic. Breathe in through that side. Close it with your thumb. Open up your other finger and breathe it out. Breathe in through that side. Close it off. Open it up on the other side and breathe out. Let's try one more time. Breathe in. Close your thumb, open up the other side and breathe out. Well done. Bring your hands back to your knees and just take a moment to sit here and notice if anything's changed. Notice how you might be feeling right now. Let's take this time to check in with our brain. So sitting tall, take a moment to notice your bum pressing into the mat, pressing into the ground underneath, and then sitting tall, let's close our eyes for just a couple moments.
As we sit with closed eyes, think about your brain. Check out both sides of your brain. Think about your right side, and think about your left side. Does one side feel larger or heavier than the other side? Are they different colors? Is one side darker than the other? Just notice the differences. Did you ever check in with your brain before? It's a good thing to do when you're feeling upset or if you're feeling cranky.
All right, my friends, start to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And then start to slowly open up your eyes. Give them a little flutter. Well done. So that's one way that we can crisscross our bodies without even moving our bodies, right? We can just kind of think about the sides of our brain and check in. And it is a great way to kind of bring us back to a calm, settled place, right? Feels good. We're going to play a game of toss and grab today to help balance our brains. We might even throw a little yoga pose in there too. So, take your scarf in one hand and we're simply going to toss it up, but we're going to grab it with the other hand. Give it a toss with one hand, grab it with the other, and continue tossing and grabbing, tossing and grabbing. And then just being mindful to keep the scarf kind of close to your face so that way you can actually catch it. Sometimes when we throw it up really high, it makes it very tricky for us to catch. But let's take another moment, tossing with one hand, grabbing with the other. And then we'll get ready for a little balance pose. And if you're doing this outside, it might be an extra challenge today. Or any day that there's a little bit of wind, right? All right, boys and girls, let's toss one last time. Grab your scarf in your hand and let's find a balanced pose. So hold your scarf up. We're gonna lift up the opposite leg. Well done. When you're feeling steady, cross it over your standing leg, and then we're gonna wrap one elbow on top of the other and press your palms together, lift your elbows up, stay here for 2 breaths if you can. Awesome, stretch it out nice and wide and let's toss and grab. Toss and grab. Boys and girls, sometimes it makes it a little bit easier when you say a toss and a grab. Give it a try. Toss and grab, toss and grab, toss and grab, toss and grab. One more time, toss and grab. Hold on to your scarf in your opposite hand. And then let's get ready to lift that other foot. Slow and steady, keep your balance, and then cross it over that standing leg. Take this elbow and put it underneath and press your hands together for our eagle pose. Stay here for 2 breaths if you can. Just one more. Well done, stretch it out nice and wide. And let's continue tossing and grabbing. Well done, friends. Maybe if you're feeling comfortable, you can start to toss it a little bit higher, but we want to make sure that we can catch it. Nice job. Remembering to toss with one hand, but catching it with the other hand. That's when we really make our brains stronger, right? Well done. Well done. Nice job. Keep it going. Beautiful. The wind's picking up. It's making it tricky. And if we drop it, if we don't catch it, whoop, that's okay. We'll just keep trying. Nice work. All right, boys and girls, give it just a couple more. Let's try the eagle pose one more time. So hold on to your scarf, and I think you know what to do. Lift up your foot, cross it over, and then stack your elbows on top. Nice job. Take it for one more breath. And breathe it out. And stretch it nice and wide. Here we go. Tossing and grabbing. Fantastic. Nice job. All right, let's find that eagle pose on the other side. So our eagle pose should be a little bit easier since we've practiced it before. And if it's not, no worries. Some days are like that. Hold it for 2 breaths. Whoa, nice job. Beautiful work, boys and girls. Come back to your mountain pose. Feel your feet pressing into the mat, pressing into the ground or the floor underneath you. Close your eyes for just a moment. Nice work. All right, my friends, let's sip crisscross applesauce. We're gonna actually come on down onto our backs for one last pose before we say goodbye today. So lower down, hug your knees into your chest, and then just take a moment to rock your knees back and forth. Maybe draw some circles. And then we're gonna take our arms and stretch them out wide to the side, and then lower your knees down to one side, and then look towards your scarf. Let's take a big breath in here. Breathe it out of your mouth. One more time, big breath in through the nose. Breathe it out. Great work. Let's hug our knees back into our chest. Give them a little rock. And let's try that pose, that twist on the other side. So take your scarf in your other hand, open your arms out wide to the side, and then lower your knees down to this side. Look over towards your scarf and take that big breath in one more time. Blow it out. One more. Beautiful, boys and girls. Come back to center. Hug your knees. Rock and roll all the way up. And let's find crisscross applesauce. Hands on our knees. Well done, my friends. Take some time to check in before we say goodbye. And notice how your bodies feel. Notice how your brains feel after all that brain balancing. Now, hopefully we're feeling a little bit more calm, a little bit more settled, perhaps a little bit more focused. Well done. Thanks for joining me for this mindful moment. I'll see you all next time.